Hello students, how are you doing? I hope everything is okay. Nice. This program is brought to you by City Government of Addis Ababa Education Bureau in collaboration with Addis Media Network. This is grade 5 English language home tutorial class. It is presented by Abdullah Grubana. Students, do you remember what we have talked in the previous class? Nice. In the previous class, we've discussed simple past and past continuous tense. We talked about the relationship between these two concepts. When we say past simple tense, that means something which happened in the past and completed there. There were no longer time. Okay? Past continuous tense means the tense which happened in the past, or the action happened in the past and maybe it was continued for a certain period of time. Okay? For example, when I said I was playing volleyball, when we said here, this means I was playing. When I said was plus verb energy I used, yeah? So this means the action was ongoing at the time it took place, okay? And also when we bring this one into past simple tense, we can say simply, I played volleyball. I played volleyball. The form is here, subject plus verb 2. If necessary, we can add object and other complementaries. Is that clear? And also we've talked about when and while. Maybe when we're using in these two sentences, when indicates short action, whereas while indicates long action. Okay? For example, here, while can be used to indicate if two or more actions were happening at the same place, okay? Or at the same time. For example, we can say, while I was reading my exercise book, my mother was cooking. Here, at the same time, two actions were happening, okay? But when two actions happening in the past and one interrupt another action, another short, long action, that can be considered as what? When and one should be past continuous tense. For example here, while we were learning English, somebody knocked the door. Here when we says, while we were learning English, okay? This is a long action. Then somebody knocked the door. This is past simple. And also maybe we can put when in place of short action. Okay? While we were reading in the library, my mother called me. Am I right? Nice. What about when here? When I ate my lunch, my father was watching TV. Okay? When I ate my lunch. Okay? This means when I ate is short action, watching TV is long action. I hope I'm right. Bravo. Today, we are going to talk about the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense. Good. I hope you have some information about tenses. Because we've talked about this tense maybe in different classes. So, tense means time. What time? Present time. Okay? So, our today's topic is here, the present perfect tense. Students, at the end of today's lesson, you are going to describe what present perfect means. Then you will identify the function of present perfect tense in negative, interrogative, and in affirmative form. Okay? Bravo. Okay, students, when do we use the present perfect tense? When do we use the present perfect tense. Students, can you guess it? I hope you have something in your mind. Please, tell to your parents, students' parents. Please try to help them. Thank you. Students, we use present perfect tense, 1, to express. To express actions happened in the past. In the past. But the result or effect is on the present. Look at the example. For example, when I said here, I have lost my keys. I've lost my keys. The second one, we have cleaned the board. Students, so why do we say here it is used to express an action happened in the past, but the result is in the present? So what makes it different from past tense? Even sometimes we can say present perfect tense is. Present perfect tense is the mixed tense. This means something happened in the past, but the result is the present. It has a relationship with what? Present and with the past. Am I right? Good. Come on. For example, when I say here, I've lost my keys, I mean that here, I mean that I can't open the door. I can't open the door. Look, students. For example, when you go to your home, maybe you have lost your keys in school. When you have reached there, no keys in your pocket. So what could you do? Yes? Come on. We have to use such kinds of structure. I have lost. Because at the time of speaking, the door is what? Closed. Here is the result. Okay? So, what about the second one? We have cleaned the board. We have cleaned the board. Here. This means, come on, let's say this one as example. This part. Okay? This part is cleaned. Okay? This white and clean. So, when we say I have cleaned the board, this means it's still, yes? Still the board is cleaned because the result is present. Okay? Bravo. So what about another point here? We can use present continuous tense for another purpose. One, and the second one is here, to express or maybe to talk about. To express something. Something started or began in the past. Something started or began in the past and still continue. Still continue. Bear in mind the difference between these 2 pointers. The first one is something happened. But this one is something started or began in the past and still continue. Okay? For example, let me give you some examples here. Example, I have lived here for 6 years. Look, something started in the past. You started living here 5 years or maybe 6 years ago. Still you are living here. Okay? So, maybe, and also we can write this such kinds of sentence. I have lived here since 2011 in Ethiopian calendar. Bear your mind. You start living here, yes? When? You start living here in 2011. So when we counted from 2011 until now, it is what, around 6 years. Circular? Nice. So here, this one is just the starting point. This one is length of the time, the duration of the time. Am I right? So come on here. We've used here subject, have, plus verb 3. This one the form of present perfect tense. Am I right? Nice students. Here also the first one is the same with that one. Most of the time, if you want to express, not here, not. If you want to express such kinds of expressions or something started in the past and is still ongoing, yes, you have to use what? Often use since and yes, for. Since and the for could be used. Here, I have lived here for 6 years. I have lived here since 2011 Ethiopian calendar. Bear your mind, they have the same meaning. We're using for and since. For such kinds of expression, we have to use since and for. Am I right? Bravo. Okay, let's go to another function of present perfect tense. Notice another function is we can use to express repeated action. Repeated actions until the present. Repeated actions. Here, example, I have visited my uncle for many times. Look. And that's how we can, maybe you can say another example. We have written storybooks for several times. Here, in this sense, still we're using what? Subject is here, have plus verb 3 is here. I have visited my uncle for many times. It shows what? Yes, repetition. Here is the repeated points. Which shows the repetition here? For many times, and yes, many times can be used here. And also this one is for many times. I hope it's clear. Okay? Now it's time to talk about their what? Positive, negative, and interrogative or question forms. We will talk about that. Okay, come on, student here. Here it is the subject. Subject. Here is have plus verb 3. Have plus verb 3. This one is the object. If such kinds of sentence happens in our daily speech, if you use such kinds of words, just you are talking about what? Positive statement. Is it clear? Come on. Affirmative in present perfect. Perfect tense. Here, Biniam has read his book at home. The second example. Sona and his brother have prepared the exam. Come on, students. I hope you can understand the form of affirmative or positive sentence from the given structure. Maybe we can give another example using third person singular, or maybe he has played a piano. Look, we can simply derive the form from this sentence. Students, let me give you 30 seconds to derive the form of affirmative in present perfect. Are you ready? Good, students, parents, please help them. Do it within 30 seconds. Bravo. Okay, come on, student here. We can simply derive from this one. Rather than directly telling the form, it's better if we derive from the given sentence. Here is the subject. Here is has plus verb 3. Biniam has read his book. Here is object. This one is complement. Something which we use to make the sentence complete and to make it simple or easy. So, subject plus here has read plus object. Okay? So this means here, what the subject here? Is it singular or plural? Yes, this one is singular. Nice. So, he. So we have to say here, If it is singular, he or, yes, she or it. All of them should be in capital letter as a beginning, okay? You have to start from capital letter because just we start the letters with them. He, she, it, plus has, plus verb 3. Verb 3 means past participle. Past participle. Look. What about if the subject is just like this? Sona and his brother. Here, the subject, if the subject is not third person singular, yes, we have to use what? I or we or you or they. Okay? Either of them. We cannot use them within a sentence. Plus have. Plus verb 3. Here we can derive from this one. Sona and his brother means they. Okay? Have is here, then verb 3. This verb should be verb 3, okay? So I hope it's clear about affirmative or positive sentence. Am I right? Nice students. Okay, let's go to about the next point, the negative part. What if the sentence is negative? Negative sentence. Yes, negative means, as its name indicates, yes, it contains what? It contains not in it. I have done plus what? Not. Or in the shortened form of this one is haven't. I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten my breakfast. Another example. They haven't gone to the party. I hope I'm clear with this concept here. How can let's identify its forms? Student, can you derive the form from this context? Bravo. Please, you have to have your own form. You have to write the form, okay? Don't forget. You have only 30 seconds as the previous one. Do it. Perfect. I hope you did it. Bravo. So, to get the form, first of all, we have to identify what the function of this one. This one is this functioning as what? The subject. Haven't, or maybe have not, plus verb 3. Look. So, my breakfast is just object. Nice to see you. What about here? Subject, haven't gone. This means the form, this one is verb 3. Yet this to the part is the complementary. Come on here. So from this form, this sentence we can simply derive. Subject means, yes, I we or you, they plus have, not. Have not plus verbosary. Here is the verbosary. Here is the verbosary, okay? What about the next one here? If the subject is singular, I mean third person singular. This is an exceptional case. I have. We have to say I have. We cannot say I has. Okay? So here, subject. This means he, she, or it plus hasn't. Hasn't plus verbosary. We can derive from the given sentence. Am I clear? Bravo. Students, now it is time to change positive sentence into negative sentence. Are you ready? Bravo. Okay. Now let me give you an activity, sir. Activity 1. Activity 1. Write these sentences into their negative form. Question number 1. My friends, have finished their project. Number 2. I hope you're writing, students. Are you? Good. Please write. Then change into negative. We have mentioned the issue properly. The third one. They have washed their clothes. And the last one. Sumaya has written her letter with her father. Students, I hope you're doing nice. To change this one into negative forms, you have only 1 minute and 30 seconds. Do it. Fantastic. Fantastic. What about the first one? Let's check whether you are right or wrong. My friends have finished their project. Yes, you can say here, my friends have, yes, haven't finished their project. Look, we simply add what? Not here. Don't worry. When we're saying negative, we mean that adding not between have or hasn't main verb. Okay? Between have or hasn't verb 3. What about the second one? We have mentioned the issue properly. Yes, we, the subject the same, have, yes, haven't. We haven't mentioned. We haven't mentioned the issue properly. I hope you did like this. Bravo. What about the third one? They have washed their clothes. They have washed their clothes mean their clothes are what? Neat. Okay? So, they have plus not. They have not or they haven't washed. They haven't washed their clothes. Am I right? If it is wrong, please, you can correct me. I hope I'm right. Bravo. Sumaya has written her letter with her father. Yes, Sumaya is female name, so Sumaya should be written as it is. Sumaya has, yes, not, hasn't written her letter with her father. Bravo. I hope you did like this. Fantastic. If maybe something wrong, you can recorrect it. Okay? Interrogative is very simple to drive such kinds of forms. Yes, as we have said so far, the form is what? In positive form. In positive. Interrogative. In positive interrogative here. So we have to start from have or has. Yes, have I, have we, have you, have they. Plus verb 3 or past participle. Then if necessary, you can add the object. Object, if necessary, it can be added. So at the end of the sentence, there should be question mark. This one is for what? For positive interrogator. What about has here? Has she, has he, has it. This means if it is some one name, it can be female or male, or maybe if it is something name. And if it's that thing is singular. Has plus verb 3. If necessary, we can add what? Object. That's optional. To make it clear, you can add it. So that should be question mark. What about in negative here? In negative, as we have talked earlier, in negative sentence, we can use a negative interrogative. Don't forget, when we say in negative, we're not talking about the negative without question mark. This one is interrogative. So here, haven't, then here, I, we, you and they plus verb 3. Haven't I? Then you can make the verb 3 here. At the end of the sentence, there should be question mark. What about if it is has? Has. It should be she, he, and it plus verb 3. Don't worry, you can make such kinds of sentence using such kinds of structure. Yes, it's about present perfect tense. Okay, here, hasn't, okay? Hasn't plus she, he, it, and then plus verb 3. Am I right? Bravo, student. So, that's all about today's lesson. Concerning about this point, if something is not clear for you, you can comment. And then you can ask your teacher in the classroom or your parents. Am I right? Bravo. So today, generally, we have talked about the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense means something which happened in the past and the result is in the present. For example, if you want to say, I have had my lunch. I have had my lunch means you don't need more because you are full. But the action took place in the past, so it has a strong relationship with the past and with the present. And also, we can talk about past simple tense if you're talking about something which started in the past and is still ongoing. For example, I have lived in Addis for 10 years. I started and still I'm here. Okay? Bravo. Student, that's all about today's lesson. Bye-bye.